here.
America, we need to talk about a pattern that hardly anybody's talking about. Two liberal women, one in Memphis with purple hair.
55-year-old Rebecca Leathers, who has been charged with disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, indecent exposure.
The other in Jacksonville. Both decided to physically attack law enforcement during ICE operations.
It shows a woman being arrested after being accused of hitting a Florida Highway Patrol trooper during an immigration enforcement operation.
These women represent everything wrong with modern liberal activism. No man in their lives, no job to go to, no responsibilities, just pure, unfiltered entitlement.
Let me just tell you guys, this is not Minneapolis. That is not going to end well for you in Florida.
And he's right, because while Minnesota lets purple-haired activists run wild, Florida actually enforces the law. What is up, guys? Tyson de la Cruz here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. I am tired of watching these liberal women think that they can attack federal agents and play victim when they get arrested. Today, we're breaking down two perfect examples of what happens when entitlement meets reality. Let me paint the picture for you. Rebecca Leathers, 55 years old, purple hair, lives in Cordova. And on a random weekday, instead of being at work like normal people, she's at an anti-ICE protest.
A state trooper said in a statement, Rebecca banged on the trooper's windshield and window, screaming at him and attempting to open the passenger side door.
A grown 55-year-old woman, old enough to have grandchildren, is having a full meltdown on a state trooper's car because ICE is doing their job. When they arrested her and took her into the Tennessee Highway Patrol headquarters, this woman pulled down her pants, exposed herself, and tried to urinate on the floor. And when state troopers tried to escort her to the bathroom, she started damaging and destroying property. This is a 55-year-old woman acting like a freaking toddler having a tantrum. I absolutely guarantee you this woman does not have a man in her life, because no self-respected man would tolerate this level of insanity. Look at her mugshot. Purple hair, crazy eyes going everywhere. The face of someone who's been told their entire life that their feelings matter more than law. And now she's sitting in jail with no bond set, facing charges for disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, indecent exposure, vandalism, assault on an officer, and obstructing a highway. That's 7 charges because she couldn't control herself for 5 freaking minutes. Now let's talk about Jennifer Big Back Cruz in Jacksonville. Florida Attorney General James Meyer posted the arrest on social media, saying Cruz disagrees with immigration enforcement and punched a Florida Highway Patrol trooper in the face. That's it. That's the whole story. She didn't like what ICE was doing. She said, no, I don't like what ICE is doing. So she assaulted a state trooper. What an idiot. Of course, absolutely. When you look at her, big back Jennifer Cruz got a chest tattoo. Let me ask you something. What sane woman do you know has a chest tattoo and spends her free time going after immigration raids instead of, I don't know, working, living a life, responsibilities?
What I witnessed was a traffic stop by the state trooper. The ICE agents showed up with the state trooper. They detained the driver, the person I was driving, and so yeah, they had an operation going on.
This woman saw ICE conducting a lawful operation and decided that she was going to play liberalist action hero and punched a trooper in the face. And now she's facing multiple charges and probably wondering why her life went so wrong. These women are absolutely so desperate for attention, so desperate for purpose and meaning that they've made resisting ICE their entire identity. Both of these women, Rebecca Leathers, what a fantastic name, in Memphis, and Jennifer Cruz in Jacksonville, fit the same exact profile. Apparently no visible male influence in their life, no husband, no male, no boyfriend, just pure, unfiltered female chaos with no masculine energy to balance it out. Unemployed or underemployed, because if you have a real job, you don't spend your Tuesday afternoon attacking state troopers and ICE operations. Physical markers of instability here, purple hair, chest tattoos. This is the kind of profiling that just screams I make terrible decisions. Both women saw something that they didn't like and immediately resorted to physical violence against law enforcement. Who does that? This is not a coincidence. It is a pattern. It is the same pattern we see every single ICE protest across the country. Middle-aged liberal women with no responsibilities, no male figures in their life, no concept of consequences.
You have a right to go out there and criticize government policy. You can go out there and protest within, obviously respected zones. But the idea that you're going to assault one of our troopers is unacceptable, and you are going to face consequences.
DeSantis nailed it. That, my friends, is the big difference between Florida and Minnesota. In Florida, if you assault a trooper, you're getting arrested, you're getting prosecuted. In Minnesota, the mayor downplays crimes and defends you. So why do these women think that they can get away with this? Because for their entire lives, they've been told that their feelings are more important than law. They've been told that they're on the right side of history. And rules don't apply to them. Rebecca Leathers genuinely believed that she can bang on Trooper's windshield, try to open up his door, and face zero consequences. And she was shocked when they charged her with 7 crimes. Jennifer Cruz genuinely believed she could punch a Florida Highway Patrol officer in the face because she disagreed with ICE enforcement. And now she's facing multiple charges and a viral video that will probably follow her forever.
At no point does any available video footage show protesters threatening troopers or physically interfering with law enforcement.
Except the trooper statement says Rebecca Leathers literally tried to open up her door and banged on his windshield screaming. That's not peaceful protest, that's assault. And the fact that activists can't tell the difference shows you how delusional, crazy they've become.
These guys that are out there, they've been treated very horribly across the country, and they really have a target on their back.
Florida is cooperating with ICE, which is why you don't see the same level of conflict there.
Let me just tell you guys, this is not Minneapolis. That is not going to end well for you in Florida. Here in the state of Florida, we're going to respect that, respect the law enforcement, respect the rule of law.
He also defended the ICE agents, kudos to him, who've been treated, honestly, very horribly across the country. That's leadership, my friends. That's what it looks like when a governor actually supports law enforcement instead of undermining them. Compare that to Memphis, where Rebecca Leathers is being defended by activists who claim she didn't know she was doing anything wrong. Or Minnesota, where the mayor wants cops to fight ICE agents. The contrast here couldn't be more clear. America, we need more of this. We need more arrests. We need more consequences, more reality checks for liberal women who think that they can assault federal agents because they disagree with immigration enforcement. Rebecca Leathers and Jennifer Cruz represent everything wrong with modern liberal activism. Entitlement without responsibility, emotion without logic, and resistance without consequences. They thought that they could attack law enforcement and play victim. Instead, they're facing multiple charges and viral videos that expose them for who they actually are. These women obviously don't have men in their lives. They're dusty, desperate, and delusional. And now they're learning what FAFO means in states that actually enforce the law. The purple hair, the chest tattoos, the complete inability to control emotions. This, my friends, needs to be studied because the pattern keeps repeating and it's destroying communities wherever these women show up. Let me know what you think about this. Drop it down in the comment section down below. Smash the like button if you kindly would. Share, subscribe, and as always, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.